The detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, is received by friends and family members as he arrives to court for the ruling on his application to be transferred from the custody of the Department of State Services to Kuje Prison, as well as his fresh bail application. However, the trial judge, Justice Bintanyako, dismissed his application, stating that Mr. Kanu had earlier jumped the bail granted him and escaped out of the country. Justice Nyako added that the sureties who stood for him in the earlier bail had applied to be discharged and had been discharged on the ground that they could not locate Kanu and did not know his whereabouts. The judge also disagreed with Mr. Kanu's lead counsel that the Supreme Court held that the earlier bail granted him ought not to have been revoked, adding that she had perused the Supreme Court's judgment and did not see the claim of the lawyer. Shortly after the ruling, a visibly angry Nnamdi Kanu berated counsel to the federal government, Mr. Adeboyega Awomolo, for perpetrating an act of illegality in a bid to prosecute him, insisting that no court in Nigeria can try him.
Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committing an act of terrorism.
Yes.
Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person is not done anywhere in the world. So you must be aware of that. Yes. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which the law says cannot happen.
His counsel speaks after the day's proceedings.
What led to all these problems is the refusal of the court to obey or implement, for want of a better word, to implement the ruling of the Supreme Court that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never jumped bail, that he was driven into exile by the actions of the prosecution, and therefore the ruling by the court that he jumped bail shouldn't have been made. So, ordinarily, we expected that this court would have just followed suit by restoring his bail, but it didn't happen. So now the court that's not what the Supreme Court said. So we're going to look at that. We're going to go home as a legal team and ruminate over this and come out with a legal response to this anomaly.
The case has been adjourned to June 19th for trial. Emanuela Ekele, Channels Television News.